All right, so these are two Cazenovia College students and one recent Cazenovia College graduate. Bre just graduated from the college, finished 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then Kiernan here on the left and Cylan all the way on the right there in Midway, somewhere in the middle of college. And so they're going to explain to you what the different kinds of fish we have here, some of their characteristics, and then for most of those we're going to put them in a smaller plastic container and pass those around. And so if you listen carefully, they'll tell you about these different species and whether or not we can handle any of those. So take it away. Whoever's going first?
What one do you guys want to hear about first?
So these are bluegill in this tank. They're part of the sunfish family. The way you can tell, I mean, in the name it's bluegill, so it's kind of that they're part of the sunfish family, and another one that's in the sunfish family in the third tank over here, the orangish one. That's part of the sunfish family as well. That's a pumpkin seed, but not a bluegill. They all start. You see this little fish down here? They all start at that little size, and we can't really tell what it is because it's so tiny. And yeah. Oh yeah.
Some of these fish you'll be able to touch, but don't touch these ones because the spines on their back can poke you, and it hurts. If you hold them the right way, they won't poke you. You have to put their fins down, flat to their body. You can hold it.
You guys can hold that.
You can hold, oh, not the fish, the bucket. You can hold the bucket like this.
Just like Bre's hold it there, one hand on the top and one on the bottom there. All right, so while that fish is coming around, it'll take a couple minutes to work its way around the whole group. Let's see, what we're going to do next, Bre. Maybe your catfish?
So this is a yellow bullhead, and so is this little one in here. This one just has some kind of mutation, that's why it's shorter than this one. Usually they're longer, like this one is. You know it's a yellow bullhead because the whiskers or the barbels on its chin are creamy white or yellow in color. If it was a brown bullhead, those barbels would be brown. They get about this big on average. The fish that is being passed around right now has scales.
Guys, voices are off. We're listening right now.
This family doesn't.
Forwards.
So if you cut it like this, it doesn't have any scales, so it's really smooth and silky. But don't touch the fin that's right on the top of him or on either of his sides right there, because they have thick spines that can poke you, but if you just touch his side like this, he won't. And they won't bite you. They don't have any, I don't think they have any substantial teeth or anything like that, so you don't have to stab them. This guy right here is in the same family as that bullhead that's being passed around. This is called a tadpole mattime, and they won't grow very much bigger than this, whereas those can grow pretty big. Even though it's the same family, don't touch this one because it has a spine on its back that if you get poked by it, it releases a poison that feels like a wasp sting.
So we're not going to touch that.
So you know this is when they're small, you know that it's a tadpole maritime and not a bullhead because the tail's different. It wraps around the body of the fish, whereas the bullhead is just kind of is at just the end. So you can see that the body of the fish goes like this, but then the tail goes up.
Yes, what did you say that was?
It's a tadpole maritime.
I've got to listen.
Should I name him what? Dr. York's just caught this morning.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Those are really common. You have them in Carpenter Pond, Cazenovia Lake, streams. We're really unlikely to find them out there because they don't get much bigger than that, and they're really secretive. They want to be under rocks. They'd rather be hidden, and so it's actually kind of rare to find those.
How'd you catch one?
Well, that's a good question. So, I don't know, you want to tell them how we sample fish sometimes, like in a small body of water like Carpenter Pond?
Okay, so when we go to sample fish, sometimes we take a big net that's about this high and like, is it
Well, they were 50 feet long.
50, it's 50 feet long, and then they're connected to like wooden stakes, kind of like just sticks. And then a group of people will walk out like this in the lake, and then you gather it from the bottom, so that the net is touching the bottom, but is also straight up in the water column. And then that acts as a giant net, and then you pull all the fish in, and then you put them into aquariums like this. And then we measure them, identify the species, and then record it, and then all the information that we get goes to the DEC so they kind of know what kind of fish are around and how the populations are doing. Sometimes in Kaz Lake we put a big trap net, which is kind of too complicated of a thing to explain in 30 seconds, but we can catch bigger fish in them. These are probably on the smaller end of ones that I've seen, at least in the trap nets, but we put those out, and in 24 hours we come back and empty the nets, and then do the same thing. We release all the fish back to the same body of water that we got them from, and then there are also minnow traps. They're shaped like kind of like this, and then the fish swim in, but then they can't get out. And that's how Dr. York's got the fish. The next fish I'm going to talk about is this one, the golden shiner. You know it because, like the name says, it's gold and it's very shiny. You'll be able to see it better when you're up close with it. They don't grow to be very big. But this one's from and don't touch this one because the scales come off really easy, and it's not good for fish.
Good job holding it, guys. Remember, one hand on top and one on the bottom.
So as Bre said before, these are from Carpenter Pond, and they're goldfish, as you can probably guess. Can anyone tell me what an invasive species is? Sorry.
A species that's brought in from another body of water that shouldn't be there,
That's a
and
good.
putting other plants in it extinct, or just invading it, all the space. Like Eurasian milfoil is taking up all the fish and all the space and no fish.
That's very
Very
good.
good.
That's very good.
I want you in class in about 8 years. That's good.
You can touch this one.
So this one is not supposed to be there?
No, somebody probably had a pet goldfish, didn't want it anymore, and dumped it in the Carpenter Pond. And then they reproduced like mad and completely took over Carpenter Pond. Does anybody know what kind of frog?
Raise your hand, please.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Show your hand first. Frog. What kind of frog?
It's like a black spider.
The name. I'm really excited. Very close. Okay, so that's the one you confuse this with most often. Does anybody else want to have a guess?
I was going to say bullfrog.
Oh,
Is it a toad?
no, but toads are frogs. So,
Is it a tiny frog?
All right, let's hear the name of it.
okay, so this is a green frog. And you know that's a green frog because it has, you'll see, it has ridges on its back. Bullfrogs don't. And the calls are much different. The bullfrogs is more, it's deeper and, I don't know how to
You can
describe
touch it,
Green
but you
frog's
can't
really
see
high
it.
pitched.
it. Yeah, the green frog is high pitched and it has more of a,
Is it called the green frog because his face is green?
I think that's it.
I couldn't hear.
Is it green, is it called the green frog because its face is green?
Oh, that's a good question. So that's a really good question. Green frogs and bullfrogs can be very variable in how they look. Sometimes green frogs are really bright green. Sometimes they look there's not much green at all. So like Bre said, the key is to look for that ridge that goes down from kind of like where their ear is, back to their hip bone. If you see that ridge, you know it's not a bullfrog, it's actually a green frog.
Well, say thank you, right?
Thank you.